Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. Today once again is Friday and we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned as well as Trials of Osiris. We also have some very unique glitches currently running in the game this week, so we're going to cover all the information regarding XUR, Trials, and all those other farms, glitches, and cheeses that you can use heading into the weekend if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a hashtag Archie or Good Boy Protocol in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway on this channel. Remember, we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out, and when we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away a new console or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for another secret hashtag that you can leave in the comment section to be entered into that next giveaway a second time. For this video, remember those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Also remember, if you do decide to donate to the channel or become a channel member, first of all, thank you so much. If my connection in the game doesn't mess me up today, but thank you again. And you will also be receiving a friend request from myself, maybe to play some games, maybe end up in a XUR video as well. Who knows? Alright, so on to XUR for today. We have, for the Hunter class, we have the Orpheus Rigs, as well as the Cartesian Facade. Cartesian Facade, Carathian's Facade. I know I say these things incorrectly. That's a tough word. I mean, come on. Let me know how to say that in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. I'm always also interested to hear all your thoughts, of course, on any of the topics of discussion in today's video. We have a few, as I said, topics to discuss, so this might be a slightly longer one, but we'll cover XUR quick. But this is a new exotic. For the Titans, we have the Dune Marchers as well as the Caress of Falling Star. I've heard that both of these are not too bad, even though they're not the refreshed exotics. For the Warlocks, we have the Nezarec Sin, and we have the Sentient Filaments. One new exotic in that case. I haven't used either one of these in a while. But let me know if there's any builds that you've been working on or running with for any of these exotics, or if you pick up any today. We also, of course, have exotic class items available to farm for strange coins. And remember that if you do not have exotic class items unlocked yet, you can still do the Dual Destiny mission if you can find someone to run it with. But also during Festival of the Lost, which is right around the corner, you'll be able to unlock exotic class items through that and then farm them from any source. So once you unlock them, you'll be able to get them from anywhere. Over on our strange offers page really quick, we have Ascendant Alloy for 23 strange coins. We have 17 enhancement cores for 23 strange coins, 17 enhancement cores for 29 strange coins, 19,000 glimmer for 5 strange coins, and 29,000 glimmer for 7 strange coins, as well as 7 raid banners for 11 strange coins. I'm going to pick up some glimmer. I know people always say, why do you buy glimmer from XUR? But it's just because it's really cheap and very convenient. On to the strange gear offers today. We have a Hawkmoon with rangefinder and a polymer grip. Probably not a bad PvP roll. We have the Huckleberry. We have the Hardlight, which is, I think, slept on. I think this weapon needs to get a little bit of a reprisal. We have the Black Talon, and as well as the Ace of Spades Catalyst and the Lumina Catalyst. So a lot of hand cannon catalysts. Both of these are very good. I think they improved the weapon quite a bit. So if you don't have them, I would encourage you to pick them up. For legendary weapons, we have a Lost Signal with Lead from Gold, Higher Ground, and the Radial Layer Transposer Origin trait. This is not an enhanced or adept weapon, so it's just straight vanilla. But an aerial denial frame, which is a, well, probably the best archetype of any grenade launcher at the moment. It's strange that this cannot be enhanced, because I thought this came out well after enhanced weapons were available. We have a Breach Light, which can be enhanced with Slice, Swashbuckler, and Cast No Shadows Origin trait. Slice is a great perk to have on this sidearm, and it can be enhanced, so this is a very decent PvE weapon. Probably not a bad PvP weapon as well. We have the Ashiya's Care, which was a Trials weapon, I believe. This one would keep away collective action and all crassity. This one can be enhanced, so if you were missing this Trials weapon, it might be worth picking up. I don't know if this is a good PvP role, as it seems to lead a little bit more towards that, or PvE, but let me know in the comments. We have a Royal Chase with Grave Robber and Multi-Kill Clip. We have the Yesterday's Question, which can be enhanced. This is a Nightfall weapon. Or actually, was it a Trials weapon? I can't remember if this is a Trials weapon or Nightfall weapon, but I actually really do like the Yesterday's Question for both PvE and PvP. This one with Dragonfly and Desperate Messers, as well as the Crassity Origin trait, and as I said, it can be enhanced. So you can get enhanced Dragonfly and Desperate Measures on this weapon. I would encourage everybody to pick one of these up if you are looking for a decent burst hand cannon. We have the Palindrome, which I feel hasn't really ever found its place again in the meta, but this one with Elemental Capacitor and Snapshot Sight also can be enhanced. Used to be one of the best PvP weapons, but I don't know if it's really there at the moment, though 140s don't seem to be too bad. We have an Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard and Thresh, as well as the Flash Counter Origin trait, a vanilla weapon there. We have the Plank Stride, which can be crafted with Slick Draw, Harmony, and Right Hook. And then we have the Line in the Sand, which can be enhanced with Under Pressure, Firing Line, and Cast No Shadows Origin trait. So, decent weapons across the board. Remember, you can also get any of these weapons with the Strange Weapon Engram. Remember to pick up your Exotic Cipher quest if you're still working on that for your Guardian rank. And that's going to be it for XUR today, and now we're going to jump into the rest of the information regarding weekly updates, glitches, cheeses, what have you, while we check out our other vendors up in the tower. This week, we have another event, if you haven't had a chance to play very much. It's sort of just a loot drop event. It's the double-focused Engram event, and this has been fixed. Last time it was just glitched out and wasn't awarding you how it was supposed to be, and now it seems to be actually, oh, I got the Grand Overture Catalyst, glitched for the better, but in any case is also working properly. And the way that this works, if I just, well, let's just go through Banshee's loot really quick and then I'll get to that, but also make sure to pick up a Chroma Rush if you're looking for a very good PvP weapon. Some other decent weapons for our focus decoding. We have the Viced weapons available today, and the Vice crate is available. Remember that if you get this with Adagio, it is absolutely broken, and a 720 RPM auto rifle, which I just got dropped from the game. Okay, return to orbit. But in any case, that particular auto rifle is broken with Adagio, and it does not decrease the rounds per minute once you get the Adagio buff, which is a 30% damage buff. So it's probably, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, auto rifles currently for PvP in the game. I run with Vice Stinger, and if you can get a range masterwork on it, it's not an essential. All you really want is the Adagio perk, but a range masterwork will also really do dividends for that weapon. Now, when you load it into the game earlier this week, or if you haven't yet, you probably will see the double bonus focusing event. And the way that this is supposed to work is that any of the activities, and it's not limited to one per day, it's just any activity that has the bonus loot on it, which is awarded the first time you do that particular activity on any given day, and they refresh daily, is supposed to give you double whatever the bonus focusing was saying. Now, it wasn't doing that the last time it was here. It was glitched out, and it was only giving it to you for the very first activity you do on any given day. So if I went to my portal really quick, and I picked up Solo Ops. So basically, if I did originally, when it was glitched out, if I did any of these, whichever one I did first, that was going to be the only bonus focus I was going to get for the day. Now, anything that has the bonus focus on it, you can do, and it will give you double the rewards that it says. So for the creation, I would get 2, but only for the first time I do it on that day. And then tomorrow, when it refreshes, I can do it again. But I don't necessarily need to do the same thing every single day, every single time. I could just do 2 from this, and then I could jump over to Caldera, do that, and I'm also going to get the double bonus focus from that. Same thing with Skywatch. This is actually also apparently a little glitched out for the better in that sometimes you can do the exact same activity over and over again and still get the double bonus focused rewards. So if it's working, keep doing the activity. If not, maybe just jump into another thing and do that for the day. But there's tons of these, especially in the Pinnacle Ops playlist. Everything has a double bonus focus. We also have the Mint Retrograde available today. So great day to farm the Nightmare of Galaron, one of the best farms, I think, in the game. So good luck with that. Remember also on Pinnacle drops, the Mint Retrograde drops as a random drop from any one of the activities in the Pinnacle. It's not guaranteed, but it is pretty good RNG, especially with all the drops that you're going to be getting. For this, you might get a couple of Mint Retrogrades, just because obviously it is the focus drop, so you might get you'll get the 2 from that, from the bonus, and then you might get another one just from one of the 6 bonus engrams that you're going to get. But in any case, that's that for today. The other thing that I wanted to cover really quick as we head over to our other favorite vendors in the tower, and I will have some more information on Trials as far as, I think it's a rotating map, and the weapon in the pinned comment down below as I find out. We have some decent shaders this week. Remember to pick up your free Glimmer. We also had this new Jade Rabbit Warlock set available for silver. We have the Star Spin Ornament for the Whirling Ovation, which I was just lucky enough to get, as well as a few other interesting exotics. Some really cool, I think, free ornaments available this week. We also have this one down here. Over at Commander Zavala, if you haven't checked him, you might notice that we have Tier 5 weapons now available. Unfortunately, it is only the sword, but apparently the roles change on Fridays, so let's just check out what these are. If you didn't unlock any of these last week by completing your triumphs, you can buy the access for Bright Dust and then acquire the weapon. But if you were looking for a good Tier 5 sword, as I said, I think these roles actually rotate once per week. It seemed last week for Mint Retrograde they changed on Friday. I don't know if anybody's in the market for a Tier 5 sword, but it is cool to see that Zavala actually is bringing Tier 5 weapons now. So make sure to pick one of those up if you haven't had a chance. The other thing that I wanted to cover briefly is a bit of an upgrade glitch that is a little bit nuanced, but I'll just try to show it to you and explain. You might notice that, of course, when we're upgrading, the materials that we need to use to upgrade any said weapon it's a pretty high cost. So if I wanted to, say, upgrade this Yeartide Apex to 475, it would take 3,000 unstable cores. If I wanted to update this through this Braytech, which is an old school scout rifle, it costs a lot less. Now, for some reason, this Braytech weapon, which you can acquire from your collections for, I believe, 1 enhancement core, can basically be upgraded endlessly for only 1 enhancement core for every upgrade. It's a glitch on this one particular weapon. But that's advantageous because essentially, if you don't want to spend a lot more materials upgrading a weapon so that you can get something to power to potentially upgrade something else down the line, you can kind of bank your power into this weapon by just using 1 enhancement core every single time you want to update it or upgrade it. And then eventually you can throw that into something else. It'll still be a little bit cheaper than the other things. You'll still need enhancement cores, but it will be cheaper overall for the upgrade process. So you can get something really, really high up, only spending 1 enhancement core at a time, and then when you get something you really want, you can just throw it into this versus going every single time and having to spend all those unstable cores as well as enhancement cores and whatnot. So just wanted to cover that really quickly. And that is going to conclude all the information in today's video for new stuff. Next week, We will have, I believe, the exotic mission dropping. So we'll be getting the new axe, and there's some new information about the exotic mission. I probably will have something a little bit more substantial as far as all the steps for that over the weekend or on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. But apparently the axe, it's going to have nanites, and it will apparently like upgrade itself. It'll change how it looks as you do damage with it. So the more enemies you take out with it, it will go from kind of like a normal, just like one-sided axe to like a double claymore axe kind of thing. And that's, I think, really cool. Maybe not claymore, but just a double axe, a really epic one. So it's kind of cool to see an exotic like that. I think it needs to be really, really good, though. I really hope that it's a really good exotic, because that'll make things a lot more fun. If you watch to this point in the video, please leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag, as I said, Archie or Edge of Fate in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video, or a hashtag Spaghetti Face for XUR, because I always forget to do that one, and somebody always comments it. But hopefully you all have a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching, as always, and of course I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.